There was a big trade that happened last week before the deadline. It involved none other than Monty's favorite player on the formerly Los Angeles Clippers, James Harden, got dealt to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And James, they've been pretty good since he's got there. They're scoring pretty at a high clip, and he's distributing the ball. Jared Allen looks great catching lobs from James Harden. He played his first home game for the Cavs earlier this week. And after the game, he was asked about the idea of loyalty because he's bounced around from team to team over the last few years. And his answer raised some eyebrows. Take a listen.
And the whole quote-unquote loyalty thing I think it's overrated. I think this is a business at the end of the day, and it's a lot of money involved and a lot of decisions that has to be made. You know what I mean? So, like, if a player isn't producing, or if you don't see him in the future, or front office, some of them have to do like a job and want to keep their job. So they gotta feel like they gotta do what's best for to keep their job, and they trade players. Or if a guy isn't happy and he wants to be traded to somewhere else, then it's a problem. It's just so many different dynamics that go into it. This is a business at the end of the day. So, like, not even just the NBA, but like people that have normal jobs have those same problems. It's just not magnified.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
James Harden, maybe it's because you guys want to play too long. There used to be the loyalty thing. People played 12 or 13 years, and they played for one team. Isaiah Thomas played for the Pistons, right? Joe Dumars played his whole 14 years there. There are situations like that. Michael Jordan played. He did go to the Bulls after they didn't want to bring back Phil Jackson. Okay. But the idea that someone is supposed to hold on to you for now, guys are playing 17, 18. Tom Brady played till he was 45, and they're supposed to hold on to you, pay you all this money, and in a lot of cases, these guys aren't even the face of the team or not the best player anymore. So I get it when you talk about the loyalty factor, but I also understand the business part of it. You can't hold on to people too long. We talk about the Celtics all the time. What did they do? They held on to Larry Bird, held on to Robert Parrish, held on to Kevin McHale. They didn't trade any of those guys. And guess what happened? They went 20 years without winning a championship because they couldn't turn it over. And I'm just saying, like, even in those guys, they were loyal to them. They didn't play 20 years, 18 years. And I've seen some loyalty. The Yankees, Derek Jeter played 20 years in the Bronx. 20 years. That's a long time. But I'm not mad at teams or owners who make a business decision after a guy's playing that many years. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you played 12 or something years and you only wanted to play for a team, Tim Duncan, he didn't go anywhere.
No.
He played his entire career. So to say that there's no loyalty, I don't buy that. There is loyalty, but it has to fit in with the team and where you are. Even Tim Duncan took a step back, right? He wasn't. It was about Tony Parker. It was about Kawhi Leonard. He was still on it.
That's the key part, right there.
He was still there, but he wasn't. He wasn't the highest paid. He wasn't the new face of the organization.
So you said
Steph
something.
is still in New Orleans. Steph is still.
You led me to where I'm going. I get his sentiment. I do believe things have changed. I do believe athletes, and by the way, I'm talking 15, 16-year-old athletes, are brand-minded. Because kids can get NIL, kids are aware, kids have YouTube brands, kids come into college already stars because they got mixtapes and everything on YouTube. So Rob G, how long they been telling me Mikey Williams is about to be the next guy in college basketball and all that in the NBA? We've been talking about him for 7, 8 years, and he's not even in a great college right now. But he had great mixtapes. My point is, branding has changed. Sports marketing has changed. The money's gotten crazy right now. So the idea of just simply playing you want to be compensated, but pride mattering. That's changed. You talk about the All-Star game. Part of that was pride. Yeah, we're getting paid and we make good money, but I want to beat you. I want to say the East is better, or I'm better than this two-guard. Like Jordan used to take offense to the idea that Clyde Drexler was close to him. Stop saying this, dude. I'm about to go bust his head. Pride is changing because everything's a business move. I don't want to be in a dunk contest. Why? What's the game?
All they can do is lose, and then they're going to hold it against me.
If I lose,
right.
They're going to say, well, LeBron, and they're going to roast me, and it's going to look bad on my brand. I said that to say I get his point, and I don't disagree with that. But that's what makes the loyalty that we do see and we do have in sports rare. And it's rare and it's special. And you mentioned that's why when Greg Popovich, who's been having some health issues, comes out on that court and you see the way Tim Duncan and Manu and Parker and the guys look at him, you know it's something real. You know they love him. When you see, you just mentioned, the adoration that Steve Kerr has, love it or hate it, for Draymond, for Steph Curry. Like, they have this thing, and even the owners, they all bought into something, and they've been rocking together for now, better part of 15 years or so. So when you see loyalty, when you see a commitment to a team, an organization, or a coach to players, it is something. Michael Jordan, the best ever, said, look, man, if y'all don't bring Phil back, I'm not playing. And I guarantee you, at that point, he was making absurd money even then, because at that point, the last couple years, he was getting like 30 a year, 35 a year, something crazy, like in the 90s. So God knows what that would be now.
Because that was a makeup, because at one point, he was making $3-4 million.
Exactly. But my point is, he was loyal. He said, man, Phil's my guy, and if he's not coming back, I'm not coming back. So I get
and the team said, he ain't coming.
He said, y'all not going to be back. And my whole point is, I get his point. It hurts sports because we don't get that thing that we felt like we're all there. I'm invested in loyal as a fan. You all are invested to the players. Players are invested to the organization, and that's what the synergy makes us love sports, right? You just mentioned the Celtics. If you were Bill Simmons in the 80s or someone who's from that area, and you were watching the Celtics and Auerbach and you got Larry Bird, you felt it. I'm a fan. I'm all in. You felt that synergy because we're all loyal to each other. We miss that in sports. But my point is, he's right. But that's why when we do get it, we love it. It's rare, and we it's special.
Aaron Judge could have bounced. Remember the Giants? He's from the Bay Area.
Yep.
They offered him a big contract, and he wants to play his whole career in a Yankee uniform.
And
that's what he wants to do.
And I do think, real quick,
so it does happen.
And it does happen. I think we're seeing it with some of these other teams. The Thunder. Now, of course, you're going to have ancillary pieces that you got to trade or got to move because the money there's a cap. I can't pay everybody. But the core of that Thunder team, you see how much they go together. And remember, I was saying this to you guys last summer, like, Rob G, they look like a college team, the way they come together, they root for each other. Jalen Williams just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, his high school's Hall of Fame. The whole team came. So there's still some in there. It's rare, but it's special when you see it.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Do you agree with James Harden when he says loyalty in sports is overrated, or are you like me and think that loyalty has an expiration date? Because when you play too long, like I understand it, right? I can't 17, 18 years, so I get it.
All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.